This is my job. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. I'm John Larson. I am the MMEA Orchestra Vice President, and I want to welcome you to Escher Auditorium here on the beautiful campus of the College of St. Benedict. You'll have an extraordinary opportunity to hear these amazing young musicians and the great music that they make. Thank you for joining us today. Just a couple of things that I'd like to point out. First of all, MMEA works hard to ensure that every student can attend the All-State Camp. They've provided over $27,000 in scholarships in the past year. Whether you can give $10 or $500 in your program, please go to page 4 and you can scan the QR code or visit givemn.org and donate to the MMEA All-State Scholarship Fund. Make this same experience available for another student. Another announcement has to do with the side-by-side. These students will have the opportunity of performing a side-by-side rehearsal with the Minnesota Orchestra in Orchestra Hall on Saturday, September 12th. There will be an email with full details coming soon. And then following the concert, please join us in the courtyard, which is just out here, and then to your left for a reception. We've had just a terrific week, and several things have contributed to that week. First of all, these students and their preparation, and their practice, and their focus on their music. And I want to thank them personally. You guys have done this. And then parents, it takes you to encourage your kids, get them to rehearsals, get them to concerts, provide those lessons, get them instruments. Where's my rosin? I broke my string. Thank you, parents. And these folks are going to thank you. Go ahead and thank your parents. And then our high school directors, orchestra, band, and choir directors, as well as private instructors and those middle school music teachers and elementary music teachers, we want to thank you as well. So let's thank those folks. Finally, we have a group of coaches that have been very diligent, as well as the St. Ben's staff here, which has been outstanding. And I'd like to recognize these coaches. They are Jane Lindy Capistran, Sonia Harrison, David Arnott, Lucia Magny, Mark Kausch, Deborah Harris, John Koopman, and David Eiler. Let's recognize those people. We are so very fortunate to have as our conductor, Maestro Mark Russell Smith. Maestro Smith has many titles, including Artistic Director of Orchestral Studies at the University of Minnesota. He is the conductor of the Quad City Symphony Orchestra and the Artistic Director and conductor of the Greater Twin Cities Youth Symphonies. He will take the podium after the orchestra tunes. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 All-State Orchestra and their conductor, Maestro Mark Russell Smith.
Well, good afternoon, one and all. I would like to add my welcome. Thank you for coming, and thank you for supporting these incredible young musicians. If you look carefully at your program, you probably figured out that that was not the tragic overture of Johannes Brahms. That was Rimsky-Korsakov, Procession of the Nobles. We're kind of altering the order in the printed program just a little bit for a lot of reasons, but the students and I were talking about, we have these 5 pieces and what the best order would be and why and what should follow what. And so we actually kind of collectively came up with the idea of opening with this. Of course, one of the great orchestrational show-off pieces, The Procession of the Nobles, by one of the music history's great orchestrators, Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. Well, now we turn to something entirely different, and that is the music of Felix Mendelssohn. A very young Felix Mendelssohn, 14, 15 years old, was enamored with the freshly produced German translation of the Shakespeare plays. The German-speaking world didn't really know Shakespeare much, except those who could read English, but a new translation came out in the early 1800s, and the young, incredibly intelligent and precocious Felix Mendelssohn was so inspired by the story of Midsummer Night's Dream that he wrote an overture, a fantastic overture that creates the wonderful world of the characters, of the mechanicals and the fairies and everything, just that really perfectly captured, musically captured the spirit of Midsummer Night's Dream. Later on, there was a production for which Mendelssohn was commissioned to write incidental music, that is, music that goes along with the story, that, Shakespeare left places where songs can be written. He also left places for music in between scenes, and also music to help underscore the scenes, much like movie music in today's films. We have, for you this afternoon, the Nocturne, the night song from Midsummer Night's Dream. Really one of the most gorgeous pieces of music that I know, a wonderful opportunity for the wind section, for the horn section, and for actually the entire orchestra to show not just the peace and calm, but also kind of the strings agitate just a little bit. So both sides of the night, both the peace and the calm, but also maybe the agitation that the strings will portray. So I think just a wonderful, calm showpiece, and something I say often to my orchestras, but I haven't said it this week. Any dumb orchestra can play loud and fast, but the really good ones play slow and sustained. And I must say, I've been challenging these students to really play like adults, and to really be able to sustain and play slow music well, and they've really risen to that challenge. So we're not just any dumb orchestra who can play fast and loud, although we just did, but now something totally different. This is Felix Mendelssohn's Nocturne from Midsummer Night's Dream. where we now move to the music of Johannes Brahms, more German music. I love the music of Brahms, and I love conducting the music of Brahms for myself, but it is also a fantastic learning piece, this tragic overture. Brahms, the way he writes music, it's so perfectly constructed. Music is related, all little bits of cells of music that he uses to create his works are very much related. And so learning about counterpoint, learning about how composers put things together is also part of the learning process. Also, there's a unique style to playing the music of Brahms, a certain depth of sound that we have to create, actually a huge variety of sounds, not only depth of sound, but also great transparency. It's a tremendous challenge for the winds. You know, Brahms gives us great challenges as far as playing in tune with each other, making chords. It's about sustaining. It's just a unique style, and just, for me, one of the great composers, and really for these students, I think, a wonderful opportunity to play pieces that they normally wouldn't get to play. Brahms wrote this tragic overture as part of a 2-overture set. You may know the Academic Festival Overture, which is a very different character, much more upbeat character. So kind of as a companion to that, he wrote this tragic overture. Very profound, very beautiful, very dark, but moments of, there's incredible moments, which you'll hear in the middle, where the sun comes up, brought to us by the trombones and horns. Just an incredible sunrise that goes on. And then the world does end tragically, however, at least in this overture. So we've been having a wonderful time learning this piece together, and they're just playing it fantastically well. So please take this journey with us. Brahms' Tragic Overture.